Hey everyone, welcome back to John's Watch. Today I'm taking a look at a game called The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This is the sequel to Breath of the Wild. It came out early this year in May 2023. Its regular price is $90 Canadian or your regional equivalent, and obviously it's developed and published by Nintendo. And I just want to say thank you very much to Nintendo for sending me a review code for this game. So I haven't just been sitting on this game and refusing to do a video on it for 6 months for no reason. I was contacted just over a week ago and was offered a review code for it. I thought, why not? You know, I haven't played it yet. I guess a little bit of background, I did play Breath of the Wild for probably about 10 hours. I remember I bought it with my Switch. Played it a bit on the Switch. I think I played it handheld and just wasn't enjoying it at all. Ended up emulating it on PC, emulating the Wii U version. Liked it a bit more on there, but still stopped playing it after 10 hours because wasn't really enjoying it, and then sold my Switch version of it. So when Tears of the Kingdom came out, I wasn't really all that interested because I didn't really like Breath of the Wild very much, so wasn't in any great hurry to play it. But when I was given the opportunity to cover it, I thought, why not? Might as well, now's as good a time as any to check it out. So I've played for, it's really hard to tell. You know, the Switch is pretty bad about tracking your playtime. I know that if you examine your profile in like the top left of the Switch menu, it can give you like an estimate of how many hours you've played in the game. It'll be like less than 10 hours or like over 10 hours or something. But apparently it only does that after it's been 20 days since you first played the game. And it has not been 20 days since I first played this game. So that's quite funny. So I have no idea how long I've played this for. I'm going to guess it's probably about 5 hours at the most. So really not far into the game at all. You can see I've basically got the base starting hearts in the top left. You start the game with 3 hearts. You start way up in the sky. I don't know if I can see where it is now. Somewhere up there. It's probably that bit up there. You start way up in the sky. Maybe it's that bit up there. I'm not sure. But you start up there. You start up with 3 hearts. And at the end of the prologue bit up in the sky, you get your 4th heart, and then you get to come down to Hyrule, which is where we are right now. If you look at the map, I have barely explored it all. This is kind of like your end goal, I'm assuming. This is where you come down. This is the first little like town you find. And actually, this must be where you land. So just above here is the Sky Island where you start. And I can tell that because I thought it would be funny to dive off the Sky Island and just splat into the ground, and that's what happened here. Next time, I dove into the lake. So if you're familiar with Breath of the Wild, you are familiar with Tears of the Kingdom. It is basically more Breath of the Wild. Obviously, most people love Breath of the Wild. I think it has like a 97% or something on Metacritic. Tears of the Kingdom has a 96% on Metacritic. So yeah, pretty much if you liked Breath of the Wild, you're going to love this game because it is literally just more of the same. So I just found this stable here, which has got a trader inside, it looks like. I could probably get a bed here or something. I can do some cooking here. We're going to do a little bit of cooking. Let's cook up this palm fruit. Why not? Hold everything, cook it all up. Just blowing a lot of smoke in that guy's face, but he does not seem too bothered. That was a pretty filling meal. Let's cook something else up. So I'm not going to spend all my time cooking, but I needed to do a little bit of cooking. You have to cook up ingredients that you scavenge out in the wild to get dishes that heal you up. And I take a lot of damage because I don't play very carefully. So you kind of need them. Actually, I think if we just sit here, we don't even need a bed. We can just rest up. I think if you rest in a bed, you'll recover your hearts. But I think you'd have to pay like 10 rupees or something here to rest up. So I'm not doing that. I swear there was a trader in here. I think the trader's gone. They must have left. They must only be here in the evening or something like that. So if we go to our inventory, we can see our weapons here. We've got our bows and arrows. We've got our shields. We've got our weapons. We got all our materials. We got our cooked stuff. A fairly controversial feature of Breath of the Wild, and one that has carried over into Tears of the Kingdom, is breakable weapons. All weapons and shields and arrow and bows have durability. Some of them have very low durability. Something like this skeleton arm, I think it only takes like 3 hits or something to break it. And And I think it's a pretty controversial feature. You're constantly having to scavenge around for more weapons, and I definitely found when I was playing Breath of the Wild that I didn't want to use my best weapons. Like I would find like a really cool sword, or I would use like scan amiibo cards or something to get cool swords, and I would just not want to use them because they would break far too quickly. So that is definitely a feature that really put me off in Breath of the Wild, and it is one of several reasons that I wasn't interested in Tears of the Kingdom, because it does keep that system. So full disclosure, I've modded the game to remove weapon durability from it. So everything in here isn't going to break because I hate it as a system, and I just knew I wouldn't even get to 5 hours in the game if I was having to deal with weapon durability. So I've got this super strong weapon. It's probably only supposed to last like 5 hits or something. It's invincible. I can use it as long as I want, so take that. A new feature of the weapon system in Tears of the Kingdom, though, is that you can fuse 2 items together, like a weapon and like a modifier, I guess. So if you see this over on the right, this is the Captain 1 Reaper. It is a 9 damage Zonite, I actually don't know how to pronounce that, Zonite sword, fused with a 5 damage Captain Construct 1 horn. So the sword by itself only has 9 damage, but because I fused it with this horn, which is just a drop from an enemy up in the Sky Islands, it gets an extra 5 damage. And I can show this off. If I destroy the fused material, if you want to take a material off your weapon, you do have to destroy it. Actually, I mean, if we're going to be cheesy, we might as well be cheesy, right? I mean, this is 14 damage. But this skeleton arm that's supposed to break in 3 hits is 20 damage. So if we equip this... Oh yeah, look at that. I don't know if you can fuse with this. We're going to find out. Then we go to our materials tab and we look for a material with strong attack power. You can see this Captain Construct 1 horn, 5 fuse attack power. Just before I recorded this video, I killed a... can't remember what they're called, a big one-eyed pig-looking fella. A Horix or something. Hinox, that's the one. And you can see he drops a Hinox horn, which has 12 attack power. And also this tooth. And this toenail. So I mean, we might as well make just the stupidest, strongest arm I can make, right? And just really go cheating with this. So if we go through the full process here, we've equipped our skeleton arm, you can see it wiggling. We hold this Hinox horn, we go back to game, we then drop it. There we go. We now pull out our sword with Y. We change to the fuse power. Then we fuse it with the Bokoblin arm. And we get this stupid 32 attack weapon. It's old and fragile, so it's quick to break. Not the way I play it. But I hope you got a sense of how finicky the UI can be. You probably saw it a little bit in the cooking. But yeah, like if I wanted to fuse a weapon together, I have to equip the weapon, I have to go to the material, I have to hold the material, I have to drop it in game, I have to switch to the power. It's just very, very finicky. The UI is really not great. Guess while we're out here, we might as well use probably the most major power in the game is the Ultra Hand power, which lets you pick up things, fuse things together. There's actually not too much I can fuse here. I mean, this guy just said not much for a wagon. It looks like this wagon's missing 2 wheels. What we can do is we can fuse wheels onto it. So we pick up this wheel. What is this dog doing? Chill out, how about that? So yeah, we move it over, we rotate it, we attach it like... Did it attach? I don't know if that's attached. We'll see. Let's grab another wheel. We're just gonna like preemptively complete this guy's quest. It did not attach, it just fell off. Hands off. I'm trying to fix it for you. What's wrong with her mouth? You want it fixed? I guess I should start her side quest. Okay, so I think we started it. I basically told her I didn't want to talk to her. Whoops. Sorry. There we go. Down. It's just not attached. Oh, it's almost attaching it right. There we go. That one up. Rotate. There we go. Attach. There. Is it good? It looks great. Sorry, I was trying to... Are you sure it's not good? Please stop touching my wagon. Is it not done? Okay, I think it's done. I just had to talk to her, I guess. It's perfect, right? Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, now she's gonna let me do it. Okay, so if we go here, we grab this wheel. We gotta shake it to detach it. Is it just not quite straight or something? Oh, there we go. Is it an angle? That's right. Now we attach. That should be good. Is it perfect? I think that's probably good. There we go. We've just done a little side quest with the weird physics system in this game. I shouldn't even give me a reward for that. I guess since I mentioned one of the mods already, I do have a second mod installed on this. And the second mod is to remove the fog from the game. I basically installed that mod about 20 minutes into the game because the fog was just so oppressive and was literally like hurting my eyes to try and play the game. So I don't remember too much what it looks like without the fog, but you'll be able to see everything much clearer in this video, which is both a blessing and a curse. You know, it's a blessing because it doesn't hurt my eyes to play it, because it really was really thick and not great. But it's a curse because it kind of shows off how ugly this game is. Not art direction. I think the art direction is awesome. Like, actually, if we just go into Link here and we take off my hood. Art direction wise, I think, like, look at his hair. I think it looks really cool. I think he looks great. Stylistically. Graphically, not so much. But yeah, art direction, I think, is phenomenal in this game. Really cool color palette and stuff like that. But the graphics, on the other hand, are... I mean, this is an ambitious game. It's a 16 gigabyte game. It's pretty massive. Sprawling, empty open world. And the Switch just can't handle it. It mostly does 30 FPS. There's drops that we'll talk about in a bit. But the graphics look bad. I mean, look at the shadows and the grass just ahead of us there. Look at this lady walking away. She's, you know, what, like 30, 40 feet away from me, and she is just a blurry mess over there. So I believe that's why the fog in the game was so thick. It's meant to kind of be like a Silent Hill situation where it's covering up really low res, distant graphics. So without them, we can see how unfortunately ugly the game does look on Switch. It does make you think, like, was this game meant to be on Switch 2 and they had to release it early for some reason? Who knows? Because it's you know, it's too big for the Switch. I guess I seem to be doing all the critique stuff at the start of the video here, so we'll keep going with that. We'll talk about the frame rate. It targets 30 FPS because it's a Switch game, of course it does. And I guess the majority of the time it does hit 30 FPS. I definitely notice drops fairly frequently, not even doing too much. I know I'll put up some clips now, but when I load into the game from fast traveling somewhere, there's always a dip down. I think it's just a couple of frames, but it pretty clearly dips. Using the Ultra Hand ability is another real culprit for frame drops. You can hit some pretty low frame rates when using the Ultra Hand ability. I think it was worse at launch. I think it's been patched a bit to improve performance, but it's still not good by any stretch of the imagination. It doesn't feel good to play this at 30 FPS, especially when I believe you can emulate the Switch version on PC and play it at pretty solid 60 FPS with improved visuals. I am playing just the straight up, well, slightly modded Switch version on an actual Switch, but I didn't want to mess around with trying to improve performance and like overclock it or anything like that. So I guess we should probably play it a little bit. I've talked a lot so far and haven't really played it. I've just been standing around this nice little stable with really good music. The music in this game is excellent. So just like the first game, there's these little puzzle combat shrines. I think there's 152, I think I read. And it's just like Breath of the Wild. They're kind of pointless. They're just little puzzles, or they're just little combat encounters. I think for the most part they're puzzles where you're supposed to use your abilities. This one's called an Uplifting Device. There's even interior fog, which I've disabled, obviously, in this. What's it want me to do here? Do these do anything? No. Oh, I see. They power if you have heat under them. So if I Ultra Hand these, I guess? Ultra Hand, yes. So if I go and, like, attach that there. Oh. I don't know if I was supposed to do that. Can we grab it? Oh no, it's gone too high. Uh-oh. If we bring a balloon over here, let's grab this. I think we need something attached, so if we rotate that, oh god. There. Drop that down to the ground. Pop this on top of it. In the middle, attach. And if we stand on here, grab this. I need to be able to see what I'm doing. I want to rotate it. Cannot tell what it's doing. There we go. That looks fine. I need to try and get it in here. This is... I mean, I kind of need it to be over, but this might work. Do we just attach it here? Sure. I mean, I think that just works. I can't actually tell where the end is. Oh, it's over there. If we just try and glide off. I pressed the wrong button. That's okay, we're up here now. Now we need to get through here. I think can we there's another ability. But I think we need solid ground above us. It's super goofy. Oh, can we do it here? Yes. It's Ascend. Where you just fly up to solid ground and just climb through it. It's very, very strange. Then I'm assuming we probably need to get a balloon to hit that button. I think they're probably too high for me to grab them. Ultra Hand. Yeah, I think they turn green if I can grab them. If I go close enough, we might be able to get this. No. We're gonna have to make a new one. So grab this balloon. Stick it underneath about there. Grab a candle. Ugh. Stick it in there. Attach. Go. Perfect. It's working. It's worked. My god, this is a much longer puzzle than I was expecting. What the heck? This one's pretty big, jeez. Well, I'm just reading the solution and I can't even figure it out. This is very, very involved and way more involved than I was hoping for this video. I'm thinking I need like one large ball for this one and one small ball for that one. I'm guessing they're probably down here. That's the small one, and there's the large one. Okay. So, how are we gonna figure this one out? I'm guessing just grab big ball. We attach big ball on top. Maybe ball at the bottom. Yeah, ball at the bottom, because I'm probably gonna want to grab it from the bottom. Attach that to the top. That's potentially fine. Actually, yeah, it's fine. So if we take this, it's off right now. We can just rotate it. God. That should be fine. Let's get that in there. Attach. Okay. Then rotate. Rotate it again. Nope. That way. Good. We just stick it against the wall, it might be okay. There. Go. it's working. Okay, and then if we ascend through here, ascend, we exit. It should be like just coming up. Yes. Then we're gonna want to switch to Ultra Hand and probably grab the ball as soon as it comes past, detach it, and then drop it in here. Grab it, bring it over here. Drop that there. Actually. Hooray! Oh, that was just for the reward. The rewards are always so disappointing. They're like always, here's an opal, which you sell for like 30 gold, 30 rupees or something. Great, an opal. Wonderful. So if we bring this back down, because like this is already assembled, so if we bring it down and I try and hit it. Oh, I got it. Okay, and then drop it off the edge for the small one. Oh, okay, then grab it, attach it to the ball, attach, hit. Nice. Then ascend here. Uh-oh. Are we going to be able to grab it? Yes. We are fine. Actually, let's just pop it here so it's trapped. Grab the ball. Grab the ball. Wiggle it free. Ball. Should be free. We did it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Then we got the reward here. And you sit through the same dialogue at the end of every one of these, so I always just skip it. Luckily you can skip it, but like, it's just so repetitive, so skip. They give you a ball of light or something, light of blessing. Smash through that. Try and skip. Once you get 4 of them, you get a new heart container. But we're not going to be doing that in this video. Alright, there we go, we did it. I'll just run around and see if I can find a little bit of combat. Just so we can show it off. Like sometimes you get attacked by skeletons in the night. So we'll try and do that, I guess. I did pass a well on my way over here. So maybe we'll see if we can do anything in that. There we go. Something's gonna come up here. Nope. But we can still glide down. And I mean, it's perfect. Oh, here we go. There's a enemy den down here. It's perfect that we get to walk around here a little bit, and we'll walk around more afterwards. What is happening? I have no idea what this is. Goodness. Okay, I don't really know what that's all about. That hasn't happened before. I don't know. Nothing seems to have happened. Let's see if we can sneak attack one of these guys. Kabam! That was a pretty good shot, it just did not work. Let me one-shot everyone with my super OP weapon. Ow, that will never break. Here, I'll shield. I'm gonna try and parry him. Oh, got a parry. Die. Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to one-shot them for that long with a weapon like this, but Oh, there's not even a reward in here, great. So I think I've probably showed off everything I need to in this video. I guess you can probably see in the distance, there's these big towers, a big glowing blue one, way off in the distance. They're, you know, the Ubisoft radio towers or whatever to open up the map. I can't actually see where they are on here, but we lit one over there, the Skyview Tower. I think, yeah, you can just see it above the hill. There will be another one, which will open up this map. I'm just not gonna go over there. But I mean, this gives us a good view of the land here. And this was one of my biggest criticisms with Breath of the Wild, was it's this huge open world, but it's so empty, it's so lifeless. Comparing it to something like Elden Ring, which obviously is a game I love, but Elden Ring is a game where it's a big open world, big fantasy open world, and you can walk for 2 minutes and you'll find some really cool encounter, or like a cave somewhere, or a mini dungeon, or a catacombs, or something like that. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is a world where you'll walk for minutes and you'll just see rolling hills, and that's about it. It's yeah, it's just a super empty world, and I was really hoping it would be different from Breath of the Wild like that, but this really is so similar to Breath of the Wild. I don't know why it wasn't just a DLC, honestly. You know, you've got to climb all your radio towers just like Breath of the Wild. You've got to do all these pointless little shrines just like Breath of the Wild. You've theoretically got to deal with weapon durability just like Breath of the Wild. It has added some new things, some like pretty unique things, like the fusing weapons and the Ultra Hand ability, being able to build constructions. You can build rafts, and you can build planes and that kind of stuff. So quite innovative additions, but I don't like any of the changes. The Ultra Hand, you know, vehicle building just feels like, as soon as I started it and I started doing like the tutorial area, the prologue area, and it was like teaching me how to build a boat out of like, you chop down trees and put 3 logs together and then stick a sail on it. It just felt like a really strange mod for Breath of the Wild. It didn't really feel like its own game. It just felt like Breath of the Wild, but with kind of out-of-place mechanics. Like somebody played Gary's mod and thought, I should add that to Breath of the Wild. And the same with the weapon fusing. Like, none of it, the new additions and the weapon fusing, the Ultra Hand, the weird Ascend ability, they just all feel really janky to me. And they don't feel like they belong. And they just don't feel official. They really do all feel like a mod. This whole game just feels like a Breath of the Wild mod. That's partially because the abilities all feel super strange, and partially because the world is obviously pretty much identical to Breath of the Wild. There's some changes, you know, time has passed since Breath of the Wild, so it has to be a bit different. But like this exact like encounter here, you would see the exact encounter in Breath of the Wild. The gameplay is all the same, the towers, the shrines. It just kind of shocked me how similar this was to Breath of the Wild. And yeah, graphically it's pretty rough. I mean, Jesus, look at those clouds of smoke coming from that thing. Those are not good. None of the graphics are very good in this. Like I said before, the art direction is really nice. I do really like the aesthetic. Like look at the armor. I think it's really cool. Really nice colors, really nice art design, art direction. But yeah, the Switch is holding this game back graphically and performance-wise, I'd say. So that was a pretty lengthy video for me to say I don't like this game. And I'm not going to play any more of it. But I knew I wasn't going to like it. You know, I gave up on Breath of the Wild pretty early into it. Like 10 hours isn't very long. I'm just estimating 10 hours. I think I did one of the Great Beasts or whatever it was in Breath of the Wild, and kind of, I think I got to the Zora Kingdom, and I was like, yeah, I'm not having fun with this game. The weapon durability's driving me fucking crazy. So when Tears of the Kingdom was hinted at, people were going crazy, like, oh man, Breath of the Wild 2. Didn't care, because I didn't like Breath of the Wild 1. It was announced that it was coming out in May. Didn't care, because I didn't like Breath of the Wild. It came out, had no interest in playing it whatsoever. Would never have played it if it wasn't for getting this review code, which I'm very grateful for. But I obviously recognize I am in the extreme minority of not liking this game. and not liking Breath of the Wild. Like I said, this game for sure has a 96% critic score on Metacritic. I think even the user score, which is quite unreliable, I was scrolling through it, and I think the first 2 pages, you're either seeing 0 out of 10s or 10 out of 10s. So the user reviews are not helpful at all, but even they averaged out to about 8.7 or something like that. But anyway, I'm very grateful that I got to take a look at Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not going to play any more of it, but I did want to try and put some time into it. I was hoping to play it for more than 5 hours before I did my video, but I just didn't enjoy any of the time I spent in the game, and I knew that my review might be a bit more negative if I forced myself to try and play another 5 hours or so I thought, let's just get the video done, and I can ramble for a really, really long time about why I don't like this game. There you go, that was a look at Tears of the Kingdom on Nintendo Switch. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!